Here is the MacBook Air M1, and here is my face. So I've chosen to do it now because I think it's the right time. Is this laptop really worth it? Should I be waiting for the M2, or should I be looking at the Intel 12th Gen lineup? What do I really think of the MacBook Air M1? Now, I'm not going to use any fancy B-roll footage or anything. I'm just going to tell you straight, and I'm going to start off with the things I hate first. In fact, hate is probably a strong word. The things I dislike or not like about the MacBook. Start off with the first one. The screen durability. I know pretty much if I press this hard enough, the screen's going to crack. Okay, now Apple have got the lawsuit going against them. Apparently it's affecting the MacBook Pro M1 models as well. It's all probably got to do with the concessions that they had to make in making such a slimline design, really. And it is a very thin, I just don't know how it cracks. It's really irritating to say the least. And it's because of that I've lost confidence in taking this around with me, which is a shame because everything else about it I love. It'll be interesting to see what happens with that lawsuit later on, and indeed with the M2 models when they come out. I'm not sure what's happening with the M1 Pro and M1 Max MacBook Pro lineup. Haven't heard of anyone breaking their screens on it, but they are slightly bigger built. If portability is an issue because of the weight or the screen, then I can understand why you're holding off of it. But if you've got Apple Care and you only keep your laptops for maybe 3 years, go for it. Don't let it stop you. Another thing I don't like about it, not so much hardware wise, it's fantastic hardware wise, is the software. Now the thing is, I can't access my full library of Steam games, which is just really annoying. If you buy a MacBook for games, then shame on you. Honestly, don't buy a MacBook for games. The simple truth about the MacBook Air M1 is that it sold way more than the MacBook Pro variant and any of the MacBooks before it because people went for it. It's cheaper, it looks a lot better, it is lighter, and it's just portable, and it's got that great form factor. And performance, the M1 chip, you guys know if you've watched my previous videos, it can even blow an i9 out of the water, which is just amazing to think about it, which is why the whole gaming side of it makes me a bit angry as well. But that's the thing, in 2022, would you want to buy one of these? Would you want to buy a MacBook Air M1, or would you wait for the M2? And that's the thing about technology, it always changes. There's always something new over in the horizon. Do you wait for that? Because if you get the M2, no doubt there are going to be rumors about the M3 coming out, and then something else, the M3 Max, I don't know, whatever names Apple decides to give them. If you're waiting for the MacBook Air M2 to do anything special over the M1, you might be a bit disappointed. It's going to have a better 1080p camera, the faster chip, obviously, a different style design. It's going to have a notch, which I absolutely hate. It's going to have a 120 Hz panel, which is really good, to be honest. It'll be interesting if it stops or somehow prevents the screen from cracking, but I've got a sneaky feeling that that might not occur because looking at the concept designs, the lid still is very thin. Going on to the 8GB versus 16GB user issue, if you're a casual user, 8GB is absolutely fine. If you're a pro user, I don't think you should get the 16GB MacBook Air M1. You should go for the MacBook Pro, hence the name Pro in the title. I mean, make no mistake, you should get an 8GB MacBook Air M1 if you are doing the following: browsing or surfing the web, streaming 4K videos, streaming off of YouTube, Netflix, light 4K editing and photo editing, and compiling projects, and light gaming, dare I say it. Not that there is a massive library, I know I keep mentioning that. Now, if all those things that I've said, if you're intending to do all of them at the same time, then you might want to consider 16GB because it will eat into the SSD. It does reduce the read-write function over a number of years, but if you're not keeping your MacBook more than 4 or 5 years, that shouldn't matter to you too much. In terms of the product itself, the premium, you do get what you pay for. I know if I drop this, I'd probably put a dent in the chassis and crack the screen, but let's put the screen out of the way. I mean, it's just a beautiful design. It's so satisfying to hold and to open it one hand. I mean, it's just brilliant, and of course that sound comes into play, that lovely sound that they brought back. And even when you use it, it is a fantastic experience. Almost every single software that you are looking for on Windows, even for work, business, pleasure, whatever, you're going to find it on macOS. The only thing lacking in this is the gaming side of it. It's got such a quick boot up. In terms of shutting down, it's quite quick as well, but I've heard most people just want to close the lid on that one, as they say. and it wakes quite quickly as well. The price is a lot. You do get what you pay for. I've had many years where I've had laptops which were, quite frankly, rubbish, had other issues or didn't last too long, but you won't get that with the MacBook. I know of people, obviously, who have loads of money to shell, so they get these machines once a year, which is quite a lot. I can probably get it once every couple of years, but I'm thinking about the MacBook Air M2. I would have to sell this one because quite simply I can't afford to buy two and I'd get in trouble for doing that. Yeah, can't do that. So let me know what you think in the comments below. This is the first time I'm showing my face, so please be nice. I'll see if I can get some more videos showing my face. I do like just doing the hands. You've probably seen that quite a lot in the videos. But yeah, I did put a recent post up about me doing video logs. It was quite interesting to see the result. There are probably more of you who would want to see me do that sort of thing. I'm a little worried about the whole, I don't know if you've heard of the algorithm. If I end up putting travel videos on there, is it going to mess up the channel, sending it to other users? I mean, you're supposed to stick to your niche, as they say, but I don't know. I could give it a shot, maybe 1 or 2 videos. Maybe I could start up a new channel, who knows? But it's quite good to see quite a few people would want to see that sort of thing. Which is nice, especially with travel restrictions going. But anyway, let me know what you think in the comments below. Like and subscribe. I'm so grateful to the people who are watching and who are continuing to watch. There's a few users I recognise. Maybe I could do shout outs later on. But yeah, and until next time.